Well, new at 4, the Austin community is mourning the unexpected death of a community leader and activist. KIMT News 3's Annalise Johnson is speaking to one of his sons about his life, and she joins us live in studio. Annalise?
Katie, the man in the photo behind me, Chol Uke Opio, died in Ethiopia on Wednesday. His son tells me he was in the country visiting his sick father when a person he was walking with killed him. South Sudanese-born Chol Uke Opio immigrated from Ethiopia to the United States at 20 years old. In 2004, his family moved to Austin. And in 2017, he completed a bachelor's degree in political science from Winona State University.
He was a good person. I know a lot of people already know that, but he really was. He was a good father, too. So it was unfortunate that he was taken away from us. And now my younger siblings can't witness the kind of person he was, unfortunately.
I sat down with Uchan Uke, one of the eldest of Chol's 6 children. Uchan's father was involved in more community organizations than he can name. He was a part of the Sudan People Liberation Movement, the Amnesty International Organization at Riverland Community College, and the African Asian Refugee Services Agency, just to name a few. Chol worked multiple jobs to support his family and interpreted for families at Austin schools. He was, as Uchan describes, an awesome person.
He was like a role model. He always looked out for everyone. Even if he was having a bad day, he would just have a smile on his face. Yeah, I was a really hard worker, really good, to me, a motivational speaker. If you had a bad day, he was really good at turning things around and looking at the positive side of things. But yeah, he was really involved. Loved a great father figure also.
Uchan learned about 2 weeks before his father's death that he was accepted into pharmacy school.
Yeah, I got to tell him that before the bad news. So yeah, I know he's proud.
Uchan tells me his siblings are united together and are being well taken care of by the Austin community. Their home is a revolving door of people coming by with a prayer or a meal.
We're just surrounded by a lot of love, so I think that kind of keeps my mind off things a little bit, and being surrounded by people who I grew up with, being surrounded by aunts, uncles, cousins. So it's always good to be surrounded by loved ones, especially times like this.
Chol was buried in Ethiopia. There will be a memorial service December 11th at Faith Evangelical Church in Austin. The family has a GoFundMe page to raise money for funeral expenses and household needs. If you'd like to support them, I'll have a link to that page on our website, KIMT.com. You can find that story under the local news tab. Katie.
Thanks, Annalise. Now, according to The Sun, the local Ethiopian government has a suspect in custody and is investigating.